Hello there, I'm Thea and this is my love nest. Welcome and thank you so much for clicking on this video. Now that you're here, please watch it all the way to the end. A very big shout out to everybody who has subscribed to my channel so far, everybody who likes my videos, everybody who comments, and everybody who recommends my content to other people. Thank you so much, little one man, and I appreciate you. If you haven't subscribed, please do click on the subscribe button and put the notification bell on so you know every time I put up a video. And yeah, let's just get right into this video and its purpose. A lot has been happening. I haven't been filming or uploading in a very long time. I think in like over a month, and it's because a lot has been going on. Life has been happening, and I am here to update you on some of that. Where do we begin? Firstly, 5,000 subscribers. Gosh, I think I'm at like 5,150 as I'm filming this video, and yeah, you guys have no idea how much this means. It is overwhelming in the most beautiful way ever. When I started the channel, I obviously wanted it to grow, but I didn't have like a definite thing of how I would like the growth to be. You know, I didn't have like goals like, okay, beginning of 2023 I wanted to be at 5,000 subscribers. I just wanted to just go in there and be as authentic as possible and let the growth happen on its own. Like, don't try and dwell so much on I'm not growing or when do I want to be at this level or whatever. I just wanted it to be authentic growth. And now that we are here, it's so surreal. It's you know, some of you guys subscribed for, you know, radiography content, and some of you subscribed for relationship content, some for what other things do I put up there? For just my life in general. And you decided to stick around, you know. And I mean, I don't think I'll ever be able to put it in words, but I really genuinely appreciate it, you know. And it's really amazing what this platform is really doing. I'm sort of getting out of my comfort zone. I've always been like a person that I don't mind the spotlight. I don't mind speaking or like putting things out there. I never had a problem with that. But for some reason, YouTube has also allowed me to get fully out of my comfort zone and sort of tap into potential that I knew I had but wasn't really utilizing. And this year was mainly about that. You know, the plan was that I'm just gonna go fully into my potential and just, you know, go all in without any reservations and whatever. But like I said, life happens. One of the reasons I haven't been filming recently was because I was so drained and I couldn't reach the level I wanted to reach or the level I had set for myself for this year. But man, witnessing this growth has been really beautiful. Like, I am enjoying this, and I am not leaving YouTube. Not now. I don't think I ever will. I might take like some random breaks here and there when I feel it's needed, when I feel I don't really have the strength to come here and be my full self. But yeah, we're around. We're gonna be growing together. So is it too early for me to say road to 10k? Well, road to 10k subscribers. I mean, what's impossible? Nothing. But yeah, so okay, the purpose of this video is for me to come and tell you where I've been, what's been happening, just to touch base with y'all, let you back in the loop. And yeah, this is probably gonna be all over the place because I'm just gonna be rambling here as I get ready to go out. So it's gonna be all over the place. I'm gonna be going back and forth on some of the things I'll be talking about. But yeah, Um, where do we start? I moved back home. As you can see, the filming setup is a bit different. It's a bit tight too. I moved back home recently. I've been home for a little over a week now. Yeah, one huge adjustment. I haven't fully settled in yet, but so far so good. We're coping, we're surviving. I'm back to my mom's curfew. It's crazy because I haven't been staying at home since I left high school. From first year I've been staying at Ray's, and after Ray's it was work and I was staying elsewhere. Haven't been home for all my adult life. The last time I permanently or fully stayed at home was when I was still a high school learner, and 7 years later I have to come back. So the reason I moved back home was, okay, so the initial plan was not to move back home, but it was to move out of where I was staying. Y'all know I stayed in an apartment that where I'd been staying throughout the whole of last year. Yeah, I had to move out of there, and it was because the place had gotten unreasonably expensive. Like, the rental itself was not expensive because it was a very decent, modern 2-bedroom apartment with spacious cupboards. Like, everything about it was nice. I had like a ground floor which had a whole sliding door. It was a good apartment, and I would say the place was pretty secure. Well, not 100%, but I was comfortable with it. I was okay. I was comfortable in that apartment, and everything was fine until I got my water bill. Yo, I was paying crazy amounts of money for water. When I tell you the list I've paid for my water was 695, like roughly 700 rands for water. And the most I've paid, I think, was like 1,300 and something for water a month. Number one, I stayed alone. Like, I was the primary water user of that apartment, and I would never have visitors that would stay for long. Like, I never had visitors that stayed more than 3 days. I never used to like do my laundry every weekend. I wouldn't like spring clean or deep clean the house every now and then. I wouldn't do like crazy amounts of laundry. I never even had like, okay, I used to have baths, like soak in bath and whatever, but that would be like once in 2 months because of how expensive the water was. I was very conscious of that. So I used to have like a shower. I can't speak and do my face at the same time, but yeah, I used to have showers in the tub. Like, I used the shower head as like a shower thingy, so that I used as little amount of water as I possibly could. So I'd say I used a fair amount of water in that apartment, but the bill was always so insane. I was always paying a lot of money for my water. So yeah, the decision to move out came in like because I was really failing to even like do my other things. Couldn't save as much as I wanted to. I couldn't like my life depended on me paying for my rent, water and electricity. The electricity was also expensive, but it was not like crazy expensive, maybe because I stayed alone. But for some reason towards the end it was expensive. Like the last 2 months, maybe it's like they knew I was leaving, I was buying electricity regularly. And mind you, I moved in there in winter. I didn't like have to be used to buy a lot of electricity for like the heater or whatever. By the way, I stayed in Pretoria. Pretoria is always warm, so didn't experience like intense cold winters. But my point is, I didn't have to spend so much on electricity even in winter. It was the water that was expensive. And one thing about how they send you the water bill is beginning of the month you pay your rent, which is like a constant amount, with I think it was like an extra 70 rands for admin. I don't know why we had to pay an extra amount of money. Okay, let's finish this eye before I mess it up while I talk. So how they would send the bill is that you pay your bill in the beginning of the month, and then somewhere like on the 12th of the month they send you your water bill, which is like $1 million, and then they tell you should pay by the 17th. So I hated that because at that time I've already spent my money on other things. Like, well, halfway through the month, bruh, like I'm already making plans for the next month and you're sending me the water bill. So yeah, I hated that also about how the water situation was. So we were supposed to, the plan value was to move out, and coincidentally my sisters went to stay in Reyes this year. So she has been traveling from home to school the entire year last year, and this year she moved to Reyes. So my mom was alone, and the girl would always text us about how bored she was, how much she wasn't cooking, because cooking for one person isn't nice. Yeah, whatever. She was like always sending those things, and I'm like, okay, you know what? So my plan A for moving out sort of flopped. Like where I was supposed to move to. Like I didn't have like a solid move out plan of where I was gonna go stay. Should I move out of the place I was renting? And another thing with moving into a new place is that it's really expensive, because you have to pay like the whole lump sum thing of like anything over 10k for you to move into a new place. And I was not in a situation to be paying that amount of money. I was not prepared for that. I didn't want to. So yeah, came back home, and the adjustment is just insane. Like right now I could be filming and you're gonna hear somebody's son running outside and screaming, or my neighbors randomly deciding to blast some Tsonga music on like full volume, or load shedding. I didn't have load shedding when I stayed. Oh yeah, my lighting could just go off now because load shedding. But yeah, otherwise I'm home, and this is like a trial period for me to see Ubuti. Is it really worth it for me to be traveling to work from here? Because work is pretty far. I'm traveling like 90 kilometers a day, because like 45 going to work and 45 coming back. So in a day I'm like 90 kilometers, and in a week, what is 90 times 5? Yeah, you know how many kilometers I'm traveling in a week. So it's pretty far, but it's not exhausting. Like I don't have to wake up like super early or whatever. I still wake up at 5. Okay, not still. I used to wake up at 6 then. Now I wake up an hour earlier so I can make it to work on time. But I'm not complaining about that. It's doable. I'm fine with it. So we are on a trial period to see Uguti. Is it worth it? Will I not be paying a little too much on petrol? Will I be saving compared to what I was paying back then, when I used to have to buy groceries, petrol, pay rent, pay Wi-Fi? Yeah, and so we're going to be comparing that. You could see, okay, we have eliminated paying for water, electricity and rent. How much are we going to be spending on the road and just to continue living at home? Is it making a huge difference? But yeah, otherwise this is it. We are home, and I am still not used to my mom's curfew. Like, guys, also the reporting. She's this side, by the way. The reporting when I have to go out, and then the calling, like, are you not coming back? Where are you? Like, girl, please. I haven't been doing this in years. Like, 7 years. Please, girl, give me a break. Another thing I want to ramble about. Hey, guys. Growing up is... I know, man. I feel like we needed some kind of a tutorial, man, on how growing up is supposed to be and what we are expected to be doing, because there are things that just come naturally, like, okay, you're an adult, you cannot be playing in the streets anymore, or you cannot be screaming and throwing tantrums or whatever. Like, there's things that just come naturally, but like personally for me, there's things I am struggling to adjust to, you know, like serious, I'm an adult, like serious, you know, parts where I have to be making like serious adult decisions that don't only include myself but everybody else. Hey guys, ziyakhala, ziyabuya, it's a lot. I feel like adulting is like, I want to take a break. I really want to take a break from being an adult. And also relationships for when you're an adult, like, things are different. Everything is at a different pace, at a different level, and there's a lot of sacrificing that has to happen, a lot of compromising, a lot of intentional thinking and decision making. Like, you can't just decide to do things here and there, because we are now adults, man. Everything you do is going to directly impact your future, which is literally tomorrow, you know. Y'all know I'm a relationship babe. I love relationships. I love romance. I was made to be a girlfriend, maybe even a wife. Like, when God created me, he had a wife, he had girlfriend in mind, and that's just how things are. I just love relationships. I love you know, being called a baby and having to have somebody's son on my corner, knowing that I can always annoy him whenever I need something, even with things that I know he has absolutely no control of. Like, when my life is going upside down, I should just have somebody to, you know. That's just me. I'm a relationship person. I don't like being single. I know this is wrong to say, but okay, firstly, get me clear. The season of singleness is important. It is, like, nobody should skip being single, because I feel like that is the time where you discover a lot of things about yourself and what you're expecting out of life, out of relationships, out of being an adult, basically. Like, when you're single, you're able to make conscious decisions, and you just touch base with yourself and not have to worry about how everything about your life is going to impact the next person. But for me personally, I've done that. I have been there, and I know where my ship is supposed to be sailing towards. So at this point, I hate singleness. I don't want to be single. I don't like being single. I don't even like the idea. Like, what am I supposed to do with the millions of girlfriending emotions? Is that a thing? I don't know. But like, I'm a girlfriend, I'm a wife, I'm a partner. I'm a wife. I'm a partner, basically. I was made to be a partner. So I've just recently realized how draining it is to be in a relationship, in an adult relationship. You know, it is physically, financially, and emotionally draining. Like, even mentally, like, your relationships are demanding, honestly. Not in the sense that relationships are hard, but they need you to constantly put in the work, and if you don't, it suffers, and if it suffers, it affects you. Like, everything about you is going to be affected, which is why it's very important for like partners or people who are together to constantly check base, you know, like, find out if you and your partner are still on the same page. Are we still looking for the same things in life? Am I still serving you the way you would want to be served? Do I still feel like you're serving me how I want to be served? Because when we grow up, some things we tend to outgrow. Maybe when I was younger, my idea for being in a relationship was, I just want hugs, I want ice cream, I want you to text me, and and then we grow up in that union, in that relationship, and you still continue to do those same things. Like, you still continue to buy me ice cream, you still continue to give me hugs and whatever, but I have outgrown those, and you as my partner are not aware that I have outgrown. Or even vice versa, my partner has outgrown everything that I thought they liked, and I'm still continuing to serve them what I used to serve them like 2 years ago, when they were 2 years younger than they are now, and they were 2 years away from the future. The point is, things have now changed. Things have changed, priorities have definitely changed, and I'm still continuing to serve you with the same memo I had a long time ago. Then that's where we get partners, people saying things like, falling out of love, or my partner is not what I want, or whatever, because we're not touching base. We just get to a point where we like, I know them, this is what they like, and only to find that they have outgrown all of that. And it's also your responsibility as somebody's partner, when you feel like you're outgrowing certain things, you let your partner know that I don't really like ice cream anymore. I'd prefer this and that. And this is not really about ice creams and stuff, but just like in real situation setups where I can't actually think of examples right now. But yeah, it's your responsibility as your partner's partner to communicate that I've evolved and I want this. Are you fine? Do you think you can offer me that? Or me changing in this way, do you think you can live with that? Is it gonna be in line with what you want for yourself? We should actually get in positions where we're evaluating relationships like that. Hence I'm saying it can be draining, it can be demanding, because I could say right now, I could get up to my partner right now and say, I've changed, I've grown up, I don't like what I used to like when we met 4 years ago, and now he has to change everything about him to try and accommodate him, because what we've been doing he felt was in line with his life, and he was able to serve me that. Now I've changed and he must also change, and it's requires constant amount of work. And somewhere along the way, when you no longer receive, or rather not no longer, but when you're not receiving what you would love to receive from your partner, you turn to look for that in other places. You now maximize your time with friends, you maximize your time with your work, you maximize spending time with your family, and you just neglect your partner because they're not serving you what you would love to be served. Sometimes you even go and create, or rather form, new bonds with other people of the opposite sex. Like, you now somehow enjoy talking to James from work because you feel like James understands your what's the word, your form of, like, they understand what you're expecting your partner to understand, but in all honesty, it is because your partner is not aware that you are at a point where you have evolved, you have grown up. And why am I thinking about this again? See, now I'm just rambling. But yeah, man, bottom line is, now I remember. What I wanted to say is about how growing up comes with a lot of changes and a lot of demands and a lot of expectations, you know. And right now, my family has expectations of me. I have expectations for myself. So all of that like really plays huge roles in how our lives turn out as adults. And lastly, y'all, can you just have a moment and talk about how important it is to have proper friends? Proper is probably not the right word to use, but friends that align with you as an individual and the life you want, or the life you're trying to build. People with the same mindset as you, if not like higher. And man, friends that just have your back. Because I've said I am all for indoor, ne? So for the longest time of my life, I haven't really had like super close friends. I have like people in my life that, you know, we can go out, we can hang out, and we have each other basically. But I wouldn't say it's like that really tight bestie situation. My tightest bestie had always been in daughter. And I have recently gotten a friend. Okay, why am I saying recent? We've been friends for over a year now. And y'all, for some reason, things that used to bother me so much, and now it is having her, like I'm saying, the importance of having people who think like you or even better, and people that just basically have the same version for future or for life as you, is really important. So much that if I had something that I wanted to vent about, or something that I was so close to being irrational about, and I talked to her about it, what girl is gonna bring me back in line like super quickly? Okay, she's gonna hype my frustration up and, you know, be on some, no, I understand why you're feeling like that, wara. But don't you think you could have done this differently? You know, I'm a church girl, I'm a God girl, I'm a solid, like I'm a typical church girl. Like I grew up in church, all my life is God and church. I'm a typical church girl, and I have a very strong relation with God, and I have always wanted to have a friend that could like match my energy in that sense. You know, I've had friends who would match my energy in terms of lifestyle, that match my energy in interests and work, because most of my friends, I'd meet them at school or at work. And now I have a friend that will literally say, girl, you gotta pray about this. You know, like, okay, I understand you're emotional and you are frustrated, but this you gotta pray about. Or, girl, I'm praying with you, you know. And that, man, that on its own is like, it's worth bragging about. I have a friend that has my back, even in situations where I cannot have my own self, you know, I cannot carry myself. Like I said, now that I couldn't film because there's a lot going on, you know, like moving, work, jolo, like so many things have been going on. And she's one of the people who have been having my back. Like I literally text her like, girl, and she'd have me, you know, like we'll talk about it, and then she puts me in line like, but girl, this is not how you should be dealing with this, or did you pray about it, or I'm gonna pray with you about it. And that makes a huge difference. That makes a huge difference. So yo, pray for friends who are gonna hype you up, you know, like go and comment on your Instagram pictures to say, girl, you're fly, but they'll also hype you up, you know, in private, like put you in line, make sure that you're doing, like you are doing life the way you're supposed to. Remember I said that this place is tight, like my room is very small. I can't even see some of the things that I need because of how everything had to be set up. But yeah, man. Also, one thing about my friend is this girl randomly came up to me, was it last year? Yeah, last year, and she was like, girl, why are you sleeping on yourself? I'll never forget that. She was like, why are you sleeping on yourself? Girl, you've got so much potential, and you've got so much potential in your hands. You have so much to give, you know, and you're not doing anything about it. And it was on things that I had been thinking about, but I was doubting myself and I wasn't sure I could actually execute it. She just randomly said to me, girl, there's people with literally zero ability compared to what you have, and you're sitting here and you're not doing anything about it. Did I not get up and start working on it? And it's working out. One day I'm gonna tell you all about it. But yeah, when, as much as we are very specific and very careful when we're picking men, let's apply the same thing, man, with picking friends. Well, I didn't really pick her. My friendship with her was fully coincidental, but it has gotten to a place where I'm just like, this is what I needed, man. This is really what I needed. You know, instead of me going to Indota every day to say, baby, this is what is happening, baby, what, I can always call my girl and say, girl, this is what is happening, you know. And she will match my energy and still bring me back in line. And some things, you know, like, shame, poor daughters will not understand because gender differences. But having a girl and knowing that the girl has you for the, like, they have the best, your best interest at heart, in such a way that they will tell you if you're going out of way and they will bring you back, you know, and you don't even owe them anything for that. That, man, it's unmatched. It's really unmatched. But otherwise, I'm really rambling right now. Yeah, I just wanted to come out here and say thank you so much for the support, the subscriptions, man. Yeah, and even after I reached like the 5,000 dot, I wasn't uploading since then. I kept seeing numbers. I had a whole 150 subscribers without me having to put up any content, and just that on its own, I'm just really grateful, guys, that you all actually authentically love my content. You're not forced, you are not pretending, you just love it here. It's really heartwarming, and let's keep it going. Let us keep creating content. Let's keep growing with each other. Y'all are gonna keep getting to know me a little bit more, you know, as we grow and we evolve and we get into different stages of life and we experience different things. We're gonna be growing up here together. And yeah, this is it. Until I see y'all again soon, this time, till I see y'all again really soon, please continue to take care and share the love. Do drop your comment down below. You know, like, we road to 10k. I know it's far-fetched, but hey, road to 10k. Road to 10k subscribers. And yeah, you guys are more than welcome to suggest the kind of content you'd like me to put up, what you'd like me to go back on and talk about. If maybe there is something that I did mention in like the beginning of my channel and you'd like to touch base on that, you know, have insights. Are we still on the same page? Are we still doing things the same way? So you're more than welcome to drop it in the comment section. Hit me up on my DMs, whatever. But yeah, I'm really excited for this season, this phase. It's really, we're growing, man, we're growing. But until I see you again, guys, it's really difficult for me to end this video. I don't know why. Yeah, till I see you again. Bye.